Temur? He's playing Temur. Oh, it's the same.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome back to round 3. Wednesday night standard here in...
Standard Showdown.
Oh.
Yeah, they get Standard Showdown packs for this.
If it's a standard showdown, you have to wear cowboy hats and little plastic pistols.
I was not aware of this, but I'm all for it.
Okay, well, that's a new rule that we're instituting. If you want to play in this, and especially on stream, I'm going to start putting people on cowboy hats, and they're going to put on a little belt with plastic pistol, and they're going to have a little sheriff's badge. Well, one of them will have a sheriff's badge. The other one's obviously going to be an outlaw.
Yes.
And we're gonna dictate that by giving him a fake mustache.
Why not a bandana?
Mustache, because mustaches are cooler.
Can we get assless chaps?
They're already wearing assless chaps.
So we have
a big proponent of this.
We have Desert Red here for Taylor Gunn against Luke Browning on Temur Energy.
Yep. And
we're gonna see one of my favorite cards in the format.
Desert Strangler?
Well, it's Sand Strangler, but
Sand Strangler, yes.
Ooh, God.
What a card.
Desert Tongue Kavu.
Ugh, just not as good.
It's pretty good.
You think it's not nearly as
good as Flame Tongue Kavu, but I'll take it.
Flame Tongue Kavu obviously costing 1 red, 3 colorless. It's a 4/2 that when it enters the battlefield deals 4 damage. It has no claws where you have to have a desert and
just kills things.
And the Strangler only can strangle for 3.
But if we're seeing the start here, if we're looking at Luke's hand and we're looking at how Taylor played, I would love to be Luke right now.
Yeah, I think Taylor did keep a. I mean, this deck does play more lands than the average. Yeah,
it doesn't play as many early creatures. It cuts a couple of the 2-drops.
Yeah.
Although it still plays the Bomat Couriers, although I don't think it plays Soul Scrummage.
Yeah.
But Luke is going to get to Harness Lightning at end of turn, and then untap and play himself a Rogue Refiner.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if he can find a... Actually, now that you're Servant, I'm tempted to play Servant here. So I don't know about you. I want to play my Glorybringer on turn 4.
Yeah, and
he doesn't have a turn 4 play currently.
Okay.
He's just going to play the Rogue Refiner, which I wouldn't fault anyone for making this play either.
So the thought process being that Taylor Gunn would have to, since he hasn't played a 1-drop, he most likely would have to take up his turn not developing his board at all and having to remove the 2-drop if he wanted to.
Yeah, so the lines of play that I would see Taylor taking would be like, okay, he has a removal spell and kills my Servant, and then I just play Rogue Refiner on turn 4, and that's fine. I'm fine trading my turns. When I knew one of those turns were going to be pretty weak.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'd be fine with this. Or Taylor just plays a guy, ignores the Servant, and I get to untap Glorybringer, kill his guy.
Yeah.
And then possibly just win the game.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah.
But, again, he had 3 mana. He had a Rogue Refiner. I'm not going to fault you for playing your Rogue Refiner on turn 3 when you have 3 mana.
We do know that Taylor does have an Abrade anyways. He doesn't have a threat in his hand.
He has a Lightning Strike, an Abrade, a couple lands, and a Sand Strangler.
I keep wanting to call it Desert Strangler.
What?
I said I keep wanting to call it.
I mean, it's a Strangler that needs deserts to activate, so I guess technically it's not wrong.
I'm just going to call it the Strangler.
Yeah, but this is not going to work out for Taylor. I think the optimal play for Taylor is just to... So, he elects to hold up his removal spells. I would like to note none of his removal spells kill a Glorybringer without 2-for-1ing himself. But his other option was play the Sand Strangler, kill the Rogue Refiner, and then that dies to Glorybringer.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like Luke can't exert it anyways.
Well, yeah, so... If you're Taylor here, do you 2-for-1 yourself?
It's going to take...
I don't think you can.
Ugh.
So he does this, and now I guess Taylor could draw Shock to kill the Glorybringer with the Sand Strangler.
Yeah.
But Luke's hands just land another Glorybringer, Whirler Virtuoso. That's just really good.
Yeah.
This... I would not be surprised if Taylor sees this next Glorybringer if he just scoops.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way he wins this game.
No,
at
I
this
don't
point.
either. And it's not like Luke has to exert.
Just the third
okay,
glory.
yeah. Third one. Yeah, no. Now Taylor's in this game. Absolutely. I think Taylor's line there of lightning striking the Rogue Refiner, he could have instead just held back and then been able to lightning strike and Sand Strangler that Glorybringer that he knew was on the board, as opposed to doing that.
Yeah.
He would just have to wait a turn and take a hit, which, I mean, at the time he was at 17. It wasn't a big deal. Now, though, he's just going to lose this onslaught of Glorybringers and thumbs up.
And now that you drew the third one, though, I actually would exert.
All right.
I mean, you're at 19, but give him no outs.
Yeah.
Straight no outs.
I mean, there isn't, unless he's playing Hour of Devastation.
You have to make sure.
Yes. All right.
So here we see Sand Strangler and Shock. So, okay, this is one of the lines where if he had not exerted the Glorybringer, he still would win. Yeah. But I don't think he's going to lose.
No, he's not. But maybe he learned his lesson. You don't always have to exert just because you can.
Yeah, I mean, I still would have done it too. I don't think it's wrong to exert there.
I mean, you're not going to die from that position, though. He could just draw straight up hands the rest of the game and still win, right?
He could just not draw for the rest of the game and still win.
I feel like we're both level doubting this stream now. He could
bit.
win with a ham sandwich.
Nah, he doesn't need anything as good as a ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich
tuna salad
is king.
Tuna salad would still work.
Tuna salad gets there. All right. Well, there's a third Glorybringer, and there's Taylor throwing a piece of paper off. You don't believe ham sandwich is legal? It's not. It's It's only playable in Modern.
Wait, they legalized it in Modern?
They legalized ham sandwich.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm playing Sandwich Tribal.
Playing Sandwich Tribal. Here I am rocking potato salad control. Show me potato salad. All right, and we're off to game 2.
Thanks, Steve Harvey.
Yep. All right, so
I actually think that, like we saw last round, that was a surprise game 1. I think Taylor's actually favored in this matchup.
Yeah, no one's favored against the almighty multiple Glorybringers.
No one's favored against Glorybringers.
I didn't know if you guys knew this or not, but Glorybringer is actually the same as
Siege Rhino?
No, not Siege Rhino. It's actually the same as Legion Conquistador.
Oh yeah,
you
play one.
Play one. Search some more out of your deck.
No, it's actually just the same as Siege Rhino.
Yeah.
You know, everyone always said Siege Rhinos travel in packs.
Yeah.
Which is called a clash. Well, Glorybringers travel in a thunder.
What's a pack of dragons called?
A thunder.
Oh.
Because when all of them are flapping their wings, it sounds like thunder's coming towards you.
Well, you learn something stupid every day here, folks. All right. So post board. Can Taylor Gunn's deck get any more mid-rangey?
So
because they play Glorybringer's main deck, don't they?
They play some main deck, and I think he's got more. I think he's probably playing about 3 main and probably 1 more on the sideboard, so he brings that in. I definitely think if he has the option of bringing in Hazaret post board, I think he brings that in. I think he just needs to trim some of the. Normally you'd say fat. But in this case, he wants all the fat. He needs to get rid of the shocks and the carry zebs and these little dopey creatures that don't do anything.
Get rid of some of the fat, or keep the fat, trim some of the gristle.
Sure.
There we go. How about that?
That's what we'll call it.
Trim the gristle. And if you're on Luke's side, you're going to bring in a confiscation coup or 2.
Chandra's defeats.
Yeah.
Maybe even some. I don't know if you want to bring in magma sprays against Desert Red. They probably still have Earthshaker Kenra, so it's probably still fine. If he's playing any Abrades in the board, he'll bring those in.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I mean, the board plan doesn't change that much from Desert Red to Mono Red.
Okay.
It does make you want Magma Sprays a little bit less, but I still would probably keep them. They're not going to board out the Earthshaker Kenras. They're not going to board out their Bomat Couriers.
Yeah.
It's not great against Karizev, but you expect them to be getting rid of that anyway.
Okay.
It's not like, I don't know. You could give or take the Magma Sprays. I would probably want them on, want 1 or 2 on the draw. where you really want to have the interaction on turn 1 to deal with a Bomat Courier and Earthshaker Kenra.
But at this point, he's only seen Carry Zev, which Magma's Parade obviously doesn't line up well against.
Yeah, but you're not going to assume these decks aren't playing the best 1 and 2 drop that they can play.
True.
Like, I don't know. I could see arguments for leaving it and taking out Magma Spray. Ooh, Taylor's got the best land in the deck in his hand.
Grasping Dunes?
That's a Dunes of the Dead, I believe.
Is that the one where when it dies you make a 2/2 zombie?
Yeah. I would have played Grasping Dunes. I think that's just a little bit better.
Mm.
It's better against Mono Red.
He's also got a treasure map and a Carry Zev.
Ooh, treasure
Lightning
map.
Strike and
So he kept in Carry Zev.
the Glory Bringer. All right.
Yes. A big dragon. Luke did draw his confiscation cube for turn. Starts with an Aether Hub, so that leads me to believe his mana in his hand is a little shaky.
Does he not have an attune with Aether?
He does not have a tune with Aether. He has a Coup, a Glorybringer, a Harness Lightning, drawing another Harness Lightning, an Essence Scatter, a Cub, a Whirler Virtuoso. I did not see a second land.
I saw an Aether Hub.
You saw an Aether Hub?
Is that another?
I thought it was a Rogue Refiner. He's discarding the hand size.
Oh. Well, never mind. Looks like it's about to be a quick game, too.
This is what we call... Let's see. Okay, I don't know why you keep this hand.
Yeah, what is the...
Like, if you draw a... With the hand he kept, he didn't have the second Harness Lightning, so the only playable spells in his hand were a Harness Lightning and a Cub and an Essence Scatter. Those require 3 different colors of mana, and there's a chance you have to use your energy from Aether Hub to play one of them.
Yeah, and he drew another land, and it was an Aether Hub. I'm Psychic, just so everyone knows.
Oh.
I am Psychic.
So I think here you have to play...
You can't play the Cub.
I
think
mean,
you have to Harness Lightning.
Yeah, you probably have to Harness Lightning that. If you play the Cub, you just die to a removal spell.
Yeah, and then you've used up one of your energy.
Which, when your hand is...
I mean, you just pass here.
Yeah. No, I think you just kill the
Carry Zev?
Carry Zev now.
Why?
Why not?
Because if you place an Earthshaker Kenra, you either kill that, or just hold up Essence Scatter. Say you untaps and plays Hazaret.
That's fair. But you're going to want to kill the Carry Zev before combat anyway.
Yeah, but you would much rather Essence Scatter a Hazaret.
It's true. But now we're just going to see a Soulscar Mage and also a Harness or a Lightning Strike.
Yeah.
And Luke's going to take some damages.
Yeah.
And he's going to put himself further behind.
Yep.
And he
draws
a forest.
Then I can play Rogue Refiner.
But that's just going to kill him.
I mean,
does Taylor have the 5th land for the Glorybringer?
He does not.
So he has a chance to scry into it with his treasure map.
Yeah.
What he can actually do, he doesn't need the 5th land.
Yeah, he can
scries end of turn, and then scries on upkeep, flips it, gets some treasures.
Yep.
And then sacks those for mana.
Yarg.
Although you probably won't see him do that if he sees a land on top of his deck.
Yeah.
He'd rather save those treasures to draw cards.
As is tradition. Luke thinking long and hard on this.
I think he's trying to decide whether he wants to play the Rogue Refiner or not.
He can't.
Yeah, he can.
You can play the Rogue Refiner. Between the Rogue Refiner and the Whirler Virtuoso.
Yeah, his options are, I think you pass because you can leave up Essence Scatter and Harness Lightning. Just gives you the most options. And this just, if Taylor has just another removal spell, this line of play is just so bad.
Well, Taylor's going to scry. I don't feel as if...
it looked like a non-land card.
Okay.
So I think now you just do it on upkeep just to be safe. I feel like if you just play this Glorybringer here and Exert and kill that, you're just so far ahead. Like, it's going to force Luke to, at one point in the next 2 turns, get rid of this Glorybringer.
Okay.
He still skies one. Sees the land anyway, but so that lets him save a treasure. Just overall in the course of the game, that's just net more cards.
Yeah.
To keep the land on top.
I think this is riding on the wall.
A dragon. Attack. Do you even Exert here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Takes 3, 4, 8. Goes to 6. And then Taylor Gunn also has another Lightning Strike in his hand.
Yeah, so this game's going to be over.
Yeah. I can't foresee a sequence of draws. He
So-
had a tune with Aether the prior turn. He could have played in a tune with Aether.
Oh, he had a tune with Aether in his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, then he should have snapped,
Like,
played
I
a
think
tune
he
with
had
Aether,
he
and
had 2 turns
used one of his
ago.
2-drops.
Oh, he drew it off the Rogue.
Oh, did he?
Rogue Refiner.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Well, never mind then.
All right,
But
so
here's a tune. He's gonna get
probably a mountain.
He's gonna get a mountain, and my guess is he's gonna play Whirler Virtuoso.
Yeah.
Play the mountain, play Whirler Virtuoso. He'll be able to make 2 Thopters. Taylor Lightning Strikes the Whirler Virtuoso. Can get in for a total of 1 point of damage.
And then Luke is still behind to that Glorybringer. And
Well,
he
yeah.
used
Well,
most
so
of his
then
energy.
Luke can untap, harness Lightning the Glorybringer.
Won't have the.
Oh yeah,
energy.
you're right. He won't have enough energy. Just forget that harness Lightning isn't just terminate.
Yeah, I agree. Local dope. I think he that was definitely a mulligan.
I would hope it's a mulligan. No, it wasn't. I don't think so.
No, I said he should have mulligan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was agreeing with local dope. Okay, he's gonna kill the carry Zev.
So we're not playing the Virtuoso. So what's our plan here is to hope to draw an untapped land.
Okay.
So I think the first thing Taylor should draw, unless he has, I think he should have drawn a card first.
No.
Oh, wait, no,
it
he's got
doesn't
lethal.
matter.
He's
Yeah,
got
he's got
lethal.
lethal right there with that and the
Ramanop Ruins. It's powerful. So this is the new standard definition of Shockland.
I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. All right.
So that's a little bit of a probably a little mulligan decision by Luke here. I think if she definitely should have mulliganed that hand and maybe has a better chance of.
I mean, regardless, it was a
winning.
good hand from Taylor.
It was a good hand from Taylor. It was a little slow. Didn't have a 1-drop. He probably had the.
It doesn't play the same amount of 1-drops as the other ones.
Yeah, but his ideal hand still starts with Bomat Courier.
Yeah.
Bomat Courier is just so good in this format right now. It's a nice aggressive creature that in the late game can get you card advantage, so you can still play a later game.
Yeah.
That's honestly to me just one of the biggest ways this deck has stayed relevant, and one of the reasons it can grind so long. Like you still have the flood insurance with Ramanop Ruins and Earthshaker Kenra, but in the turns 4 or 5, 1 mana draw 4 cards or 1 mana draw 5 cards
Right?
is just insane.
I would
And it
agree.
also does so it's over the course of the game it's like 2 mana deals 7, draw 7 or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
I would agree. All right. So I don't think the sideboard plans change for either
No,
of
I
these
don't.
players.
I don't think so. I don't think. Like I said, if Luke had Magma Sprays in his deck post board that game, I think they get a little worse when he's on the play.
Mm-hmm.
It's nowhere near needs to break serve as much. He can just go if he can go Attune into Cub,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think that could probably just carry him to victory if he has some removal or disruption to back it up.
Yeah.
I did see Taylor still has Shock in his deck post board, which surprises me a little bit. I feel like that's one of your worst cards in the matchup. I mean, he may be in a point where it's like he's okay with it on the draw because he needs a way to deal with a turn 2 Cub. There's no Attune. One of the same reasons I tend to board in like a single Magma Spray
Yeah.
on the draw on the Teamer Mirror.
Well, just to be able to break serve if
Yeah,
they play
and that's the most
servant
part. Breaking
conduit.
serve against these Teamer decks is so hard, but if you can do it, it's very powerful.
Yeah. All right. Game 3. I favor Luke in this, by the way. Game 3.
So
As long as he keeps a good hand.
if he keeps a good hand, which he's mulliganing,
Okay.
I still think that Luke without his powerful cards like Glorybringer, Confiscation Coup, if he doesn't draw like any of those, when you're playing just against regular mono red, you still can win.
Okay.
Like, you can just win with like Whirler Virtuoso, Rogue Refiners, Longtusk Cubs. Against this Desert Red deck, they have this 2-for-1 in Sand Strangler. Like, if your goal is just to play a bunch of Rogue Refiners and Whirler Virtuosos and try to win with those creatures, them playing a 3-3 that just kills your Rogue Refiner, just kills your Whirler Virtuoso, can really blow that plan up in your face, especially if they have any relevant pressure in the earlier turns to back that up.
Yeah.
He also needs to somehow deal with this Chandra that's in Taylor's hand.
Well, just get out ahead of it.
Yep, that's a good one.
I mean, that's usually the case with that. An unchecked Cub, always and forever, has been the bane of mono red deck's existence.
Unchecked Cubs are that's a dream here. Is just turn 1 attune, turn 2 Cub. So is that a Magma Spray?
See a Magma Spray.
Okay, it's hard to tell with those foils, but that foil is pretty.
How many lands does he have?
Didn't see
I think he has 2. Obviously, he has the.
He's got a Glorybringer. He's got a Botanical Sanctum, Rogue Refiner, Magma Spray.
Did he keep a 1-lander?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
I believe. Unless that leftmost card is not a land, or is a land. There's a Servant.
Looks like he kept a 1-lander.
Oh, we're doing this again. At least doesn't have to discard hand size this time, but Taylor had a 1-drop. Something tells me he's about to have a 2-drop. No,
he drew a Servant.
No 2-drop. But
unless he just draws running lands.
That was another Servant.
These Temur decks, man, you're playing 20. You know, he has 21 lands left in his deck.
Yeah,
52 cards after that draw, or 53 after that draw because he mulliganed to 6.
Any mulligan to red, any version of red. Oh, he draws a Tune, so he can attune from Mountain, and then he can play Magma Spray. But against any of these mono red decks,
yeah.
Even on the play, I would not keep a 6-card hand that only had 1 land and
I
couldn't
agree.
play anything. Like, if that 1 land was a Spire Bluff or an Aether Hub and could have cast the Magma Spray in his hand, I would definitely consider it, and I probably would end up keeping it, especially with a Scry.
Yeah.
Because then you have a way to interact and not just die on the first few turns. But because he couldn't cast a spell in his hand, this just gets a lot worse.
Yeah.
And even though, if he just fires this... Okay, at least he didn't fire the Magma Spray off, because then Lightning Strike just destroys him. But here comes Chandra.
You better fire it off in response to this Chandra.
Well, in response to the Prowess trigger.
Yeah, you know.
He did not. So he's going to get hit for 4. Although... Okay, so he's... Taylor got a little bit hasty.
I mean, if the play's not going to change,
yeah,
but he's going to hit with this Magma Spray.
So, but now Luke has to draw another land, or draw land to even have a chance at even pressuring the Chandra. If it doesn't draw a land, he just plays a Servant.
Yeah.
I can't tell how much energy he's at. He should be at 2.
He draw a Forest.
He drew a Forest, so...
Something.
He could play this Whirler Virtuoso to hope and pray that he can pressure this Chandra.
I think he just needs to keep drawing, unfortunately.
So if he plays Rogue Refiner here, then if Taylor doesn't have a removal spell, he can just kill the Rogue Refiner with the Chandra.
Yeah.
And you're not beating a removal spell. And Taylor not only has a removal spell, he has a 3/3. He's got a Sand Strangler.
He's got the Strangler. All right, he got strangled.
And with that giant swing there, I'm honestly willing to say this game's over.
Yeah, the Temur deck does not have an easy time like catching up to a Chandra.
This is going to be even worse if Luke plays his other Rogue Refiner here. Taylor has a shock in hand, so he can just like kill it end of turn. I think Luke's best play is to play
Double Servant.
I think it's to play Whirler Virtuoso. I think you need to get that kind of body on the board. He looks like he's going to play Double Servant, and end of
I mean,
Oh, he does have a harness lightning
He does have a
hand.
harness lightning, but
Okay, I didn't see that.
I mean, that's
so,
not gonna do much.
well, I mean, what we're gonna end up with is, I believe he's gonna just pass. End of turn, we're gonna see a shock, and then we're gonna see a harness lightning on the Sand Strangler. I don't think there's a reason to. I don't think there's really any reason to do it at any time. I guess it's better to wait.
Okay.
To see if he has like a Glorybringer or something. You'd much rather kill that, but Luke doesn't have a way to kill this Chandra. He just doesn't. He draws a land. He can.
If he draws an untapped red source, he can play Glorybringer and attack it. And Taylor,
but it doesn't kill it.
No, Taylor has 2 burn spells in his hand.
He also has another Chandra.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a thing.
So this is untapped red source, or you lose to a Chandra emblem and 2 spells. Glorybringer is not an untapped red source.
Yeah.
So Luke is actually just dead. Taylor goes emblem Chandra, play Chandra, uptick for mana, lightning strike you in the face, 13 you're dead.
Okay, well.
Unless I'm wrong about the other Chandra, but I'm pretty sure I see it in his hand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do not have hand cams.
Hand cams or canned hams?
I'm not a huge fan of canned ham.
Well, that's
or
what
canned
I have.
yams.
That's what I have is canned hams.
Well, you need to go to the store.
Oh. All right. Well, that servant that probably should have been played last turn.
No, I think he was right to leave up the harness lightning.
I mean, killing the Sandstringer, I feel like didn't really do much.
Yes, also the double lightning strike you for. You know, it's not 450 damage. It is, however, 16, which was greater than 11.
You even had a shock for the rub-ins for another
Ooh.
7.
Oh, you definitely hold priority and shock his face.
Oh yeah.
To get that to a total of 23 damage. You need to show him that even if he was at 20, you could OTK.
All right. And Taylor Gunn taking down this match 2-1. You know, we thought after that first game where Luke just kind of browned Taylor with the multiple Glorybringers that there'd be a game, you know, kind of similar to that, but some sketchy keeps on Luke's part.
Definitely the keep in game 2 I think was definitely incorrect. And I definitely see his reasoning for keeping that hand in game 3. He was feeling, if I draw lands, I'm never going to have a 5 that's better than this.
Yeah.
But it's, again, mono red. It's just, I really just hate that, using that logic. I don't want to rely on the top of my deck. And again, if he had a spell he could cast, a tune, or if he had a red land come into play and he could Magma Spray, I'm fine with keeping that hand.
Yeah.
Would probably have kept it myself.
He didn't even have any 2-drops really, like servants, and he drew both of those servants.
Didn't he have a cub? No, he didn't have a cub. You're right.
No, he didn't.
So yeah, I think his plan was just hope to draw lands, and then you have like double Rogue Refiner to keep the chain going.
I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Keep a hand, hope
even
to
if
draw
he
lands.
just draws a tune and like he's still fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, this is Magic. You don't draw your second land, or you draw your 20th.
Yeah.
That's why we're playing this game and not chess.
Unfortunately.
No, I'm okay at chess if my opponent doesn't know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, stay tuned, folks. Chess Champions 2017 coming up.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there. Not really.
I'll be there.
Good for you.
All right, folks. We're going to see if we can catch another match, and we'll be right back for round 4.
Yeah, no. Like, I can somewhat play chess. I can hold my own, but if my opponent knows